Yay! I'm finally ready to start my manga. But how do I even get started? How do I know what my pages should look like? What kind of panels should I use? What should I do? Has this ever happened to you? Every aspiring mangaka and comic book artist has experienced this at one point or another. The struggle to know what your pages are going to actually look like. You have an idea of what you want to happen. You might even have an idea of what you want the camera angles to be, but actually knowing what type of panels to draw out, how much space should each panel take up on the page, and so on and so forth. Girl, the struggle is real, but not to worry, Mama is here to help you guys. Today's video would be part 3 of my How to Make Manga and Comic series, and I am so excited to share this video with you guys. In part 1, I taught you guys how to express emotions through your panels using camera angles, shading, and all that good stuff. And in part 2, I taught you guys how to properly write out a script to help you guys envision your stories and figure out what happens next. I also taught you how long each script should be, how many scripts equals one chapter, how many chapters should you write out for every volume, and a whole lot more information that you guys really need, especially if you are looking to get published one day, be it self-published or get published by an established publisher. So be sure to check out those 2 videos, guys. The links are down there in the description box below. But in today's video, ooh, today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to take the scripts that we wrote together in video 2 and be able to figure out and plan out what your pages are going to look like. I'm going to be teaching you guys a number of super important types of panels, shapes, and sizes, and teach you when are the best time to use each one, so that while you're reading your scripts and thinking about what you want the scene to look like, you have a better idea of what panels you can use. And the second part of this video, I will also be teaching you guys how to read over your scripts and start planning out and drawing out the first drafts of your pages, so that after you watch this video, you can have a binder full of sketches that you can use while drawing out the final pages of your manga and comics, guys. So please be sure to watch this video to the very end, because I promise you, I have so much great information to give you guys. Every professional will plan out their pages before drawing them out, and the best thing you can do for yourself as a storyteller and for your readers who are going to sit down and actually read and experience your work is plan out your story, plan out your pages. Planning is the key to writing a proper story and drawing out a proper manga and comic. And if you enjoyed the video and found it useful, please share it with your artist friends, and be sure to show your support by giving it a big thumbs up, because it gives me a lot of encouragement, guys. And also, please subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so you will not miss the next part of this series, where I will be teaching you guys all about inking and inking techniques and tools to use. Girl, we have a lot to cover. So, my YouTube babies, without further ado, let's get started. A few key things to keep in mind when deciding what type of panels you want to use is to remember you are the cameraman and director. Think about what you want each scene to look like, the camera angles, the close-ups, how much of the background you want to show, the lighting, the shading, so on and so forth. Really think about the mood. That's going to be the key way that you're going to know which panels you should use for every scene and every moment of your manga and comics. The first type of panel we're going to be talking about are high impact panels, specifically full page illustrations and 2-page spreads. A full page spread, it's exactly what it sounds like. The entire illustration, just one illustration, just one panel will take up the entire page. And this is such an important technique because it brings so much impact, so much emphasis to what is happening in this one scene. Be it the first time the characters actually see a new town or a new city or a big castle, a full page will bring so much emphasis to that scene. And a 2-page spread does that times 20. You turn the page and there it is. 2 full pages dedicated to one scene. High impact gets the message across, and the reader is more likely to really remember what they felt when they first saw that scene. Please keep in mind that all the illustrations that I'm using as examples are from my published series, Sacred Guys, which is available in stores right now. My series is about a cryptic dream, a forbidden summoning, and the day that will change their lives forever. So if you enjoy folklore and mythology from around the world and enjoy the darker side of those stories, and don't mind some really weird humor, I would love it if you guys would check out my series. It's completely self-published, it is truly my baby, and it is also available in stores like Barnes & Nobles, but I would love it if you would support it directly from my shop, because that way you can use this coupon code to get 10% off right now, guys. And you can also read the first 2 chapters here on YouTube. Links are down there in the description box below, guys. So let's go back to the tutorial. The next type of panels you want to think about are special panels where you're going to be introducing your characters. If you just introduce your characters in a little square box like this, it doesn't let the reader know, remember this character. This character is important. They are a key part of this story. You introduce random little side characters that are never going to pop up ever again in a simple little square panel. However, if it is a key character in your story, or you want to show off the character's outfits, in my opinion, the best way to introduce a character is a full body shot. You could dedicate a full page to introducing the character, or one slim panel to just showing off the character. There are so many ways to introduce characters, but I believe that a full body shot of them, you show off their outfits, you show off their mannerisms, and it really highlights this character to your reader and lets them know this character is important. Remember them. Now, I get a lot of you messaging me asking, how do I show the passage of time, or how do I show a scene change? Very, very important technique to talk about now. There are lots of techniques that you can use. You can dedicate one panel to showing it being daytime outside, then a few panels showing them going about their activities, and then the final panel being nighttime, just to show that the whole day has passed. You could even show it being spring, then summer, then fall, in the panel showing passage of time. There are many ways to show the passage of time. Sometimes you could even start off by showing off a clock, then showing their activities, and then showing the clock again, showing a different time. Another way to show a passage of time, I'm sure you've seen this in a few manga before, are those long rectangular bars that go from long to shorter to shortest. These bars just kind of give a visual cue to the reader that time is passing. Now, when it comes to a scene change, you definitely don't just want to go from one scene of characters talking and just jump to another scene of characters talking. You want to ease them into it. Now, in this example, if you read my story, you know that in this scene, my 2 characters are talking about getting ready for school, and they talk about what time it is. So you already know at that point, if you are the reader, what time it is in this scene. Now, the next panel, I show some of the bars like I mentioned before, but I also show a panel showing that it is now sunset. You can see the buildings outside, you can see the sky getting a little darker, and then you see one of my characters walking down the street. It is a perfect way of showing time has passed, and it also shows you we are no longer indoors. We're outside now, you know? So those are just some examples of how you can show passage of time as well as a scene change. Next, we're going to talk about square and rectangular shaped panels. Now, square and rectangular panels are key. They are the bread and butter of mangas and comics. However, they do not show a lot of emphasis for a scene on their own. Any emphasis and drama that is expressed in these scenes comes solely from the camera angles that you choose for the illustrations inside each panel, the shading, the lighting, their expressions, and of course the dialogue, whatever we are reading in the speech bubbles. They're perfect for funny scenes, scary scenes. You can use them for everything. But keep in mind, the smaller the panel is on the page, the less emphasis. The bigger that panel is on the page, the more emphasis. So if it's an important scene and you want something to really stand out, you might not want to draw a tiny little square on the page. It'll just get lost and the feeling, the impact won't really be there. So if you want them to really feel it and know that it's important, make it bigger on the page. Now we're going to talk about two of my favorite type of panel shapes and sizes, the vertical panels and horizontal panels. They are my two favorite types of panels for many reasons, but as a storyteller, they are perfect instruments, perfection, and I'm going to tell you why. First, let's talk about vertical panels. Vertical panels, in my opinion, bring a lot more emphasis to any scene, to any dialogue. They bring more drama to a page, they look more elegant, and I also feel that if a scene just happens to have a lot more dialogue, a vertical panel will help a lot with the flow and make it a lot more interesting to actually read all the dialogue. A vertical panel is perfect for showing backgrounds, perfect for flashbacks, and overall I think it brings a little elegance to a page. Just my opinion. Just me, just my little opinion. You guys let me know in the comments below. Do you agree that a vertical panel like this brings more elegance to a page and more drama than a regular little square one? What do you think? And if you draw them a little at a slant, ooh girl, I just love what that looks like. Next, let's talk about the horizontal panel. Once again, a horizontal panel brings a lot of emphasis to a scene, but I really love them for showing off backgrounds and scenery. They are so perfect for showing off mountains, trees, cityscapes. Absolutely, in my opinion, the perfect panel shape and size. It takes up the whole width of a page, so you get to show off an entire room, an entire scene. You're going to love using them. Knowing about these basic panels and how they are usually used or where their strengths lie is key to telling a proper story. But of course, these are not the only ways to use these panels, nor are they the only panels out there, girl. There are so many. You could even make a circular panel. There's so many ways to tell a story. But what I have shown you so far is like me teaching you a cake recipe. I've taught you how to make the dough, how to bake it, all this good stuff, and now it's up to you to put on the icing, to add nuts and berries inside the cake, sculpt something out of the cake, put fondant over, make it your own. But in order to make a fancy cake, you need to know how to bake a basic cake. So that's pretty much what I've shown you so far. But practice these techniques, learn the basic uses for each of these panels, how they can impact your story, and you're going to see that your storytelling style and your art style is going to keep on growing and growing, and eventually you'll be able to take what I've taught you today and make it your own. Please check out the other videos from this series down there in the description box below, guys, and don't forget to like this video as well. So until next Thursday, guys, please take care, God bless, and do not be afraid to nerd out. Take care, my beautiful YouTube babies. Mwah. Hashtag love my babies.